What's up guys, Goblin here, back to this new episode. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys the top 5 best decks to push trophies with in Clash Royale. With the recent update, everyone has been reset to 10,000 trophies, and I made sure that today's video I included as many free-to-play friendly decks as possible. Like for example, deck number 1 right here. No legendary cards, no champion either. Feel like this type of deck is very accessible for most of you guys watching right now. And don't worry, it's not necessary to have all your cards level 16. I know it's helpful, I know it's of course available on the trophy road, but I think it's definitely not a must to be able to push trophies. So see you guys soon whenever we find the first opponent. Okay, let's go guys, hopping into game number 1. So with each deck, I'm gonna be playing one match in today's video. We're gonna start with this mortar deck, then go to deck number 2, and in total play 5 matches with all the decks. So make sure at the end of the video to let me know which out of the 5 is your favorite, maybe which one you're gonna end up trying and playing with. Would love to hear your opinion, your thought. Okay, not sure what we're facing, but looks like some kind of bait type of deck. Let's try and keep the pressure a little bit by going skeleton barrel. Hopefully, if this way he has like arrows or something, he's not gonna be able to go arrows directly on top. Let's go with a barbell like this. Let's see if we can maybe end up activating the King Tower of the Mega Knight. Let's go with skeletons here as well. Knight up high, and beautiful defense right there, guys. Beautiful sequence, defensively especially. We were able to get a little bit of damage on both of his towers, but definitely the defense there being very clean, very nice. Okay, with the King Tower now activated, I believe the skeleton army is not even gonna get a single hit or maybe a couple of hits, but okay, one hit, that is totally fine for me. Let's have a Dart Goblin ready like this, and I think we can keep under pressure both lanes once again, especially with the Dart Goblin on the field. Maybe I could have gone skeleton barrel into the left side, but I feel like pressuring the both lanes at the same time is always kind of awkward for someone to choose. Okay, do I defend the left, do I defend the right? And sometimes they won't even have a good opportunity to defend either of them. Okay, nice barbell value. He does have a lot of spammy cards. We need to be careful when using the barbell, but honestly, we should be fine. We have fireball, worst case scenario, or with the King Tower, we can also defend the Goblin Barrel by just going skeletons and something else. Okay, so let's go with a Knight here to cycle towards the right side. We did already cycle the Evil Mortar. I think we also cycled the Evil Skeleton Barrel already. Let's see if we can maybe once again pressure both lanes to the point where it's going to be very difficult, very hard for him to deal with it. Okay, Dart Goblin skeletons just to try and buy some time here for the mortar to stay alive as long as possible. Let's go with ability right here onto the right side lane, trying to kill the Electro Wizard. Hopefully we can get the skeleton barrel evolution to the tower. In the meantime, the mortar is locking on. Let's go with a barbell right here just to make sure it's gonna fully take the tower. And we're gonna we are actually gonna take 2 towers at the same time right there. Okay, beautiful. Let's have the fireball ready. I'm gonna wait 1 second just in case he drops something else at the bridge last second. Let's go with skeletons. Let's go with a Knight here as well. We could go with barbell, but then he has the Goblin Barrel. So I think it's better for us to go barbell there. He is gonna trick us a little bit with the Goblin onto the right side tower of the tower, but that is honestly fine. Means to defend the Goblin Gang, and what a nice defense once again, playing super solid in today's video. Overall, let's go with a Knight right here. Let's pop the ability as soon as the Skeleton Barrel is about to drop. This way the tower is gonna be locked onto the Knight, and that is gonna be a very nice and dominant victory to begin today's video with. So let's give it a good game. I forgot to say, but you guys can of course always change cards I show from a deck. Like for example here, I put the Dart Goblin, but you can also use the Musketeer. I've seen many people use the Hero Musketeer. You can use many different cards based on what you like to play, and most importantly, based on what levels you have leveled up or maybe you don't have leveled up. So next deck is gonna be a classic Hog Earthquake deck. This deck is still super strong, super popular. Ian77 got ranked number 3 on ranked last season with this deck. And what I love about this deck is besides the champion, besides the Mighty Miner, it is also very accessible. No legendary cards. It does have a lot of common. It does have some rare cards. I think the only epic is the barbell. So this deck is also one of those decks you should be able to upgrade. You should be able to play on Trophy Road if you do focus on this specific deck. What I would suggest you guys, if you guys are looking to improve in Clash Royale, try to focus on one deck, especially when using Trophy Road or Ranked, because that is just going to be like your go-to deck during pretty much any season. Let's see if we can maybe activate the King Tower here. I think he is. Oh, that is unfortunate. Or do we still... Okay, that was a very strange interaction. I did not expect him to go Fireball. Let's be careful with a potential cannon. Looks like he doesn't go cannon. Instead, he's going to go with Musketeer. Musketeer is going to get a lot of value there, but that is still going to be so much damage with our Hawk Rider. Let's make sure that we cycle back to the cannon. Yeah, I was about to say, he's probably going to go for a Hawk Rider soon, so let's go with the cannon. Let's go with skeletons here just in case we need it. We do have a level 15 cannon, so of course the cannon might go down a little bit quicker, but most of the times you will not notice the level difference that much, guys. Like, for example, I have a Mighty Miner level 15. I'm sure it's still gonna do a great job if needed against 10 cards, and just in general, of course, since it's so new, the level 16 cards, many people will not be able to play with it quite yet. So let's see what he's gonna be running here. I think it's gonna be like 2.6, but then instead of 2.6 with the classic Ice Golem, he's using the Knight, which is interesting. Okay, I'm definitely not interested in giving his Musketeer a lot of value. Let's actually go with a Hog Rider like this. Let's go with a Barbell a little bit higher. Why do we go Barbell this high? Because this way, if he does want to go for a turret, it's gonna be spawned like not in range of the tower. So very nice sequence right there. On the left side against the Musketeer, let's go with Skeletons. In the meantime, to distract the Knight, I'm gonna have the cannon ready. I'm very tempted to go with a Hog Rider. I feel like we can out-cycle him. He's probably gonna go Fireball. Let's go with a Hog Rider as soon as possible. Let's have the cannon ready here as well. We could even go for a cannon prediction for like Skeletons. Instead, he's gonna cycle back to the cannon, and this guy's definitely playing it well. Even though we have a good situation damage-wise, I feel like he's not a bad player at all. Okay, let's go with a Mighty Miner here. Let's cycle Ice Spirit. Let's see if we can keep all the pressure, especially with cycle decks. I will always recommend you guys to try and cycle the best you can. Like, for example, here, we're gonna get a lot of value. Let's go with Firecracker. Let's go with Earthquake. He's gonna get a nice cannon down, but oh, of course, the cannon doesn't kill the Firecracker anymore. I'm not sure if you guys saw the balance change, but right now the Firecracker doesn't die. Dark Goblin doesn't die either. I feel like many troops will not end up dying to the cannon anymore. Okay, let's see. Let's go with a Firecracker like this. I feel like he's gonna go with a Fireball. Let's go with a Hog Rider in a way that the Fireball's not gonna affect it. Beautiful prediction right there. Earthquake should have been a little bit more to the right. Mighty Miner is gonna take care of the Musketeer. Hog Rider even sneaks through, gets the hit, and no way, guys. This is looking so good for us right now. Okay, let's have the cannon ready. Let's go with a Barbell like this. I'm gonna go with a Firecracker here as well. I feel like we can try and keep the pressure here as much as possible. Let's go with an Earthquake in the middle as well. Probably gonna see a cannon sometime soon. Looks like no cannon. Hog Rider is gonna once again sneak through, get that one hit. Firecracker should not be able to get a hit, I think. No, it's not gonna get a hit. And damage-wise, we're looking so good right now. Okay, we do need to be careful. Let's go with a cannon like this. Let's go with a Barbell. Let's go with a Ice Spirit. Oh my god, I was looking 1 second to you guys. And then the Hog Rider is gonna sneak through. We need to be careful here because he's gonna go with his turret. Yeah, there's the turret. I knew that the turret was gonna come. Let's go with Skeletons. Let's go with Firecracker, Barbell. We need to be careful, guys, because low-key, one mistake, one bad play from us, and we could still definitely lose this match. So let's go with Earthquake right here. Cannon is gonna be an anti-Earthquake spot. This player, I told you guys before, is playing super well right now. We really do need to be careful here. Okay, let's go like this. I'm gonna go with Cannon high to make sure that the Musketeer is not gonna advance too much. I feel like if you let the Musketeer advance, you just give them the opportunity to go with a turret and potentially get a lot of damage. Okay, 300 HP. Let's go with a Mighty Miner like this. Let's be careful for a Hog Rider. I feel like he might try and go for like a Fireball prediction, so let's make sure that we go cannon up high so he cannot hit and the tower and the cannon at the same time. Let's go with an Earthquake right here. Let's go with a Firecracker, and all we need to do right here is just stay alive, don't lose the tower, and that should be a good game. We cycle back to Earthquake, and we are gonna secure another victory. Let's give it a good game. Really well played to the opponent, especially considering that he had level 15 towers. He did have a couple of cards under leveled. He was able to put up some good pressure and definitely, yeah, make it a close match. Even though it wasn't that close damage-wise, I feel like we had multiple situations where we needed to be very careful. So next deck is gonna be a deck which is a little bit more difficult to upgrade for the free-to-play friendly players, because we have 2 epic cards and 1 legendary, but it's still not as bad. Like, it doesn't have a champion, it doesn't have multiple legendaries, and this deck is very easy to play. This is Jinxie's main deck. I'm not sure if he uses this exact version at the moment in this meta, but I know for a fact that Jinxie does love Giant Graveyard. It's his main deck, and I feel like it has always just been one of those decks which is difficult to defend, but very easy to play. Okay, let's go, guys. Hopping into game number 3. Now we're gonna be playing, as I said, Giant Graveyard. And don't worry about the heroes, guys. I know that I have both heroes available. You can use it without the heroes. You can use it with only the mini P.E.K.K.A, only the Giant. It really doesn't matter as long as you just have a solid synergy. Like, for example, Bowler is nice, but it's not a must. Same thing for the Witch. Like, you can kind of change around the cards. I see sometimes people use Giant Graveyard with Musketeer, with Night Witch, with the normal Witch. I don't know, like for example, you can try and change the deck, you can try and change the version based on your levels, and also based on your cards you like to play. Like as I said before, in my opinion, it's so important to play decks and cards you are confident with. Okay, man, this is already looking so good for us. Let's go with a giant right here. The minions are gonna go down to the what's it called? Okay, let's go with snowball here as soon as possible. I think that might be able to get quite some damage. I could have gone arrows, but then I know that he has the goblin barrel as well, so maybe going arrows there would have been a little bit of an overcommitment. I'd rather keep the arrows for defense because we already saw that he has a goblin barrel from before. So always try to think, guys, okay, what am I facing? What does my opponent have? What did he already show? And whatever information he gives you, try to use it in your advantage. If you know that he has a hawk rider, keep the cannon, keep the fisherman. If you know that he has a golden barrel, keep those arrows, keep the spell, keep the bowler ready in some situation if you maybe don't have a great cycle. Like, try to always think and try to always be smart is basically what I'm trying to say right here. Okay, let's go with a bowler. He does have a level 16 witch against our level 15 witch, so his witch should definitely end up winning the trade. I think I'm gonna go with a mini P.E.K.K.A here afterwards. Let's go with mini P.E.K.K.A like this. We do have to be careful. I think I might have to go with a snowball here as well. Do I go with level 18 mini P.E.K.K.A? I don't think I needed it there. Okay, let's go like this, and let's go with a witch here. Okay, definitely kind of an awkward situation for us. I think I'm gonna go arrows here. As soon as I have the elixir, we are gonna unfortunately take a little bit of damage, but that still should be okay. And definitely a strange deck from the opponent. Typical mid-ladder deck here, by the way, like Mega Knight, which I feel like it's, yeah, your typical mid-ladder player you don't really like to face, but very likely to face these type of decks very often. Okay, so I'm playing this very passively. I feel like with Giant Graveyard, you could play it aggressively, but then most of the times, in my opinion, one good Giant Graveyard push is already enough to get like a lot of damage. So try to, in my opinion, not be like over-aggressive. For example, here, I would say it's a great moment for me to go in. Let's make sure we first defend though, but it is looking pretty good to go in. Why? Because he doesn't have the skeleton army. He doesn't have the arrows in cycle. I guess here I'm going to prioritize defense first, but this is looking very good for us, guys. Okay, we could get a level mini P.E.K.K.A up. Let's go with arrows right here. Arrows wasn't even necessary. Let's go with a witch as well. I feel like he's going to go skeleton army, so the witch could maybe take care of the skeleton army. Okay, I think I played one giant in this match. Not a single graveyard, and we're going to win thanks to the mini P.E.K.K.A hero. Connecting twice at the end of the match right there. I'm telling you guys, with the giant graveyard deck, it's very important to build an opportunity for yourself. Try and find a good moment. If you go giant graveyard at a moment where you should not go giant graveyard, you're just throwing away 10 elixir. Like, imagine, just a random example. Imagine you go giant graveyard without knowing what he has, and he goes like mini P.E.K.K.A on your giant, Mother Witch on your graveyard. You just lost the game automatically. Or Goblin Gang on the graveyard, Barbarians on the giant. Or just like random examples of him having good answers, and you will not have a lot of elixir after you spend 10 elixir. Like giant is 5, graveyard is 5. That is a lot of elixir you spend on one attack, one combo. Of course, in some situations, that one combo can also take towers, can deal a lot of damage, but overall, it's a little bit risky to do. So I would recommend to play more passively, more like seeking information and finding a good opportunity to go in. So one of the best decks in the current meta is the deck we are going to be using right now. Goblin Jill Cycle with the Evil Snowball with the Hero Knight. Not necessarily a must to use the Hero Knight, but it is of course very strong in some situations. If for example your opponent, let's say in this case, he has a Valkyrie. We know that he's going to go Valkyrie. We need to be careful with a turret, by the way. Not sure if he could have gotten it on the last second right there. But imagine for example your opponent has Valkyrie like this guy does have. Then we could, and whoa, Fire Spirit is still gonna jump because of the level 15 Barbell. Level 16 sometimes is definitely gonna give you advantage in certain situations. So in this case we are gonna have, yeah, a small advantage with the level 16 Fire Spirit, but then we have a level 15 Demolisher, level 15 Poison, level 15 Goblin Jill, level 15 Tesla. Like, we have a lot of level 15 cards in this match as well, so it's definitely not gonna be like impossible for the opponent. But what I was gonna say, or what I was trying to say, that the Knight ability can pull troops towards him, like for example the Valkyrie, and in this way the Valkyrie is not gonna hit the goblins from the Jill, instead it's gonna walk towards the Knight. So it is kind of situational, but that situation, that push is definitely something which can happen quite often, depending on, yeah, the situation of the match. Okay, let's go with a poison defensively. Not sure what the opponent is using. He has like a graveyard type of looking deck. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna be graveyard, but so far with Goblin Hut, with the Barbell, Valkyrie, I have a feeling it might be, yeah, graveyard here. Okay, let's go with the Golden Geo. Let's go with the Fire Spirit as well. Let's wait a little bit to see what he's gonna do. He's gonna go with Barbell. Let's make sure that we get a good Snowball going. Offensively, Snowball combined with the Golden Geo is just such a great combo. Often it can get a lot of damage, a lot of value, and looks like it is indeed going to be graveyard, guys. Okay, I don't think we need to drop much more there on top of the graveyard with the help of the Knight, with the help of the Fire Spirit. We're gonna take a little bit of damage, but nothing too crazy. And oh, that is such a good Demolisher value right there. Let's go with another Demolisher like this. Let's keep up the pressure as much as possible. We have Poison. I'm gonna try and go with ability. And look at what we're gonna do, guys. The ability is gonna make the Valkyrie walk towards us. Goblins, unfortunately, in this case, are not gonna be locked into the tower. But did you guys see the combo of the Hero Knight and the Goblin Jewel? It has such a good synergy. I feel like that is just one of those combos which is really, really hard for people to defend. Let's once again go with ability. Let's go with a Snowball here as well. Trying to knock back everything. Hopefully this way the Goblin Geo is going to get a lot of value. We do need to be careful. I feel like I kind of overcommitted there. But at the same time, if we block the bridge, he is going to go graveyard. We can go with Knight right here. We can go with Skeletons, Fire Spirit, Snowball if necessary. Do I even need to? I don't think I need to be honest. I mean, we could take a little bit of damage there as well. That is still going to be completely fine. And all we need to do here is just cycle, make sure we take his right to tower before he can get back to another graveyard with a Goblin Geo, with a poison, with the Snowball. It is going to be enough and we are going to secure another victory. So very nice, really good game. Well played to the opponent as well. I would say that this type of deck is really difficult to use for maybe the beginning, like the beginners of playing Clash Royale. But then if you already have some experience or if you like playing cycle decks, this is also one of those decks which is going to have a lot of outplay potential. Like for example, this type of deck realistically could pretty much outplay any deck. Of course, you're going to still have some typical counters. You're still going to have difficult matchups. But in general, I would say that your outplay potential is much better with that type of deck than, for example, a heavy Lava Loon deck or a heavy Golem deck. And most of those decks also are kind of hard to upgrade. That is why I mostly stick with bait and pressure type of decks, cycle type of decks, because I feel like those are, even though they are not the easiest deck to pick up, I would say they're the most accessible for most of the players, especially because of the fact that they don't have that many legendary cards, don't have that many, for example, champion cards. And the last deck of today's video is going to be a like a really quick cycle, high pressure deck as well. This deck can be used in multiple different ways. Some people use it with the Skeleton Barrel, some people use it with the Wall Breakers. That is totally up to you guys, but the most important part, the most important thing about this deck is the quick cycle and is the pressure. Like Suspicious Bush, for example, this case, oh, he has arrows and lock. And you guys are gonna note that this guy, having arrows and lock, he's still not gonna have enough against our spam cards. Like, we're just gonna have such a good amount of synergy between all the cards that it's gonna be so hard for him to keep up with the pressure and the cycle we have. Let's go with the Dark Golem here. Let's go with a lock to take care of most of the shield. We do need to be careful here with his Hog Rider. I think Mini P.E.K.K.A level 16 doesn't two-shot it. No, it doesn't two-shot it. So unfortunately, we are gonna take quite some damage. Still a good situation for us though. Let's go with Wallbreaker's left side to go in front of the Dark Golem right there. Nice. We're gonna get a level 19 Mini P.E.K.K.A, and look at the Mini P.E.K.K.A, guys. He's gonna go lock. Now he doesn't have a lot of elixir. He might go for like last second arrows. Then he's not gonna have anything for the Suspicious Bush. If he does go arrows, it's gonna be last second. Now he's gonna not have anything in cycle. We can go Ice Spirit here last second. Tanking for the Suspicious Bush. It's gonna distract the tower, jump on the tower, freeze it, and look at that combo, guys. That's gonna be so much damage. Completely abusing our quick cycle, completely outplaying the opponent right there. Okay, do need to be careful, but I think we have a very good situation. Overall, let's go with Wall Breakers. We have the Skeleton Army ready in case he decides to go with a Hog Rider offensively. Looks like he is gonna try and defend the push. Nice. Knight right there is gonna take care of the Wall Breakers, is gonna tank for the Dark Golem, but still such a good overall situation for us. And no way he just messes up the EU is there. Okay, that's actually kind of sad for him. He is gonna, because of that, lose the tower. And what I love about the Skeleton Army, by the way, look at this play, guys. Not sure if everyone knows about this play, but if you go Skeleton Army like this, the general is gonna go below the tower He's gonna go lock on top of the general, but that is still gonna be so much damage, so much value. He is gonna go arrows there as well, kind of panic arrows out of the opponent, knowing that the general just got so much damage, so much value. Let's go with a dark one, let's go with a mini P.E.K.K.A here as well, let's go with Ice Spirit, and I think that this is pretty much going to be good game, guys. We have such a good defense, we have such a annoying deck to face. Like, I personally hate facing this deck as well, just because of how good it pressures, how quick it cycles. Like, do you guys notice that this guy has arrows, lock, electro wizard, he had wizard as well, and he just got completely dominated, completely overwhelmed by all of our psycho and pressure cards. This deck is also super fun, super strong in the current meta, and that is gonna be it for me for today's video. Definitely had some really nice matches. It didn't go by that quick. If you guys have any questions, as I said before, about potential substitute, about potential cards you wanna change in the deck, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's gonna be it for me for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to smack the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.